Eric plays Nucleum with the Australia expansion. Hello and welcome back to my little channel. Today we play Nucleum, and I also include and use the Australian expansion, so that's the Australian board. I have set up everything before already. The only thing we need to do is we need to put some random buildings on the map. And that's what we do now. So we draw the first card, and we can see we need to place the first building on Adelaide. So we take the buildings, we pick one randomly, and we need to find Adelaide. It's here. We need to place it in the red area first. All right. Then we can take one of the Nucleum for the power plant and place it in Mildura. And Mildura is over here. We need to cover 3 spots. Gold Coast. Where's Gold Coast? Over here. So as well, the red part first. Wollongong, it's over here. Launceston. Where? Oh, okay. Just there's one lonely spot here, and then Tovomumba, or however you pronounce that. It's up here. Okay, and then we have to cover Nucleum fields. We cover Broken Hill. Over here. And Tongi is over here. All right, only 2. We also have to place neutral ships, total of 3, because we are 2-player, and we place them in 1, 2, and 4. So 1 is over here, 2, and 4. Then we draw another one, and we need to place a random building in Brisbane. Okay, here we go. Where is that? Oh, up here. One in Sydney. Okay, it's over here, and one more with nothing. Okay, and then we need to place one random building for our AI player. It goes to Port Pirie. Port Pirie is here. He can play whatever he wants. So there we go. And that finished our setup. Let's have a quick look at the player board, and then we start our first turn. So here's our player board. We picked that turquoise color. We have D, And yeah, so we get 2 workers, and we also start with 4 money, and we draw a random contract. For that we need to have 2 buildings, turbines, or nucleum fields in a white city, and I will place that next to the meeple, so that means we get 1 more. So yep, I think that's it. We can start now with our first turn. Here are my possible action tiles I have, and I think I will start to do a development action in order to increase my action tiles. So yep, I take that one, that tile, and do a development and urbanize. And we start with develop, and to the first one I have to pay the price here on the bottom, and if I take a second one I have to pay an additional 2 money, but I only have 4 money, and I also want to do the urbanize, so I take only that action tile for 0 money, so I still have 4 money left. Let me push that over, and we reveal the next one. All right. I have 1 more tile left now, and now we can think about what building we want to build. And I will pay 2 money to get that building here. And we place it here. And that's my turn. We move to the AI player. The action tiles of the AI player, we have to roll a die. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he will take that action tile, and then depending on if that action is available again, he will either use it as a track or just as a simple action. Here we can see that urbanization is only available once. It's the same with the industrialize. So he will use it as an action and not as a track. And let's see what he does first. So the available action is urbanize or industrialize, and he can only do that in his network. And his network, he has a network which is here. So in order to urbanize, he would have to have a railway track, which he doesn't have. And the same is for industrialization. He needs to have a railway track to any other city, and he doesn't have that. So he can't use that action tile, so he can't use both actions. So in that case, we go back to 1, and we need to roll for the next tile. So we take the die, roll again, he gets a 2, would be that one here. So he energize, or he can get some victory points. And with energize, he has the same problem again. He can't energize a building because there are no connections, and to a power plant and to a building, even the neutral building, he can't. So that's what he can't do, but he can get the victory points for the other action. So if we look at the tile again, he can't use the energize, but he can use the subsidize, and for that specific action he gets 3 victory points. And we then move that tile to the right. And then again, to clarify, the energize was only once, so he couldn't do the track, he only could do the actions. Alright, so let's go back to our turn. And this time we will use that tile here and a worker to place a track. And we place it exactly right here with the worker. So that color is not a match, we can't use that, but we can do industrialize, and we increased our network. And what we want to do, we want to take that mine here, so we can take that, place our worker here. That means we always get 1 coal if we energize in that area, and we place that mine on here. So every time we have 2 next to each other, we get 1 bonus. And let's not forget, because that track is done, we can flip it over like that. The eye holds the die, he gets a 3, 1, 2, 3. So he would do the develop, or would get some minis or money, but because he has that develop here already, he can use that card, and he will use that as a track. So let's take that. So because the option, so he has options for all 3, and he wants to definitely increase his network, we have to draw a card and see what number he chooses, so which direction he goes. So let's draw a card, and it goes from the highest number to the lowest. So we have 9, 8, and 12. That means he will go that direction. So we can place that over here. He needs a meeple, and then he will do 1 develop, and then he gets some bonus. For develop, the AI player always chooses the rightmost action tile, and he would pick the one with the action icon he doesn't have, but he has all of the actions available at the moment. So we will pick the one with the least available icon here. So here it would be develop. It's only once available. If you see industrialization is here twice, and urbanization is here twice as well. So but he takes the first on the right side. So he will take that token, and then we can just quickly refer with a new one. and that tile goes on the leftmost space. And the second action is get either a worker or money, and for the AI player, he gets what he has, what he has less on his stock. So if he has more money than worker, he gets a worker. If he has more worker than money, he gets one money. In our case, he has less worker, so that means he gets another worker. And let's not forget to flip that tile, and we go back to our turn now. For our next turn, I would like to energize and get either money or worker. So we take that token here, and I want to place it as a track tile over here. So I take my last worker, and then we do energize. And I think what we can do, we can energize that neutral building, which would require 1 energy. Thanks to our worker here in that minefield, we have 1 coal for free, which can go over here to that power plant and gives us the power back. So we can energize that one. And that will give us 2 money and 1 star. 1 star and 2 money. And for the second action, we will take a worker. I can flip the track now. And that was our turn. We roll the die for the AI player. It's a 1. So that means he takes that tile. He has develop and industrialize, so he would use that as a train track. And there's 1 track which matches the color and will extend his network. So that means we place that over here. And we will follow the preference of the action, which will start with, in that case, industrialization. So we need to draw a card. There you go. And see what he wants to do, what he prefers to do. He would like to place a turbine. Let's see. There's no possibility for him to place a turbine. So he will place a mine. And he goes for the +1. And the AI player doesn't get any nucleum, so that's fine. But because of placing the mine, he needs to pay 1 money. And then next would be develop. So he will pick another card, another action tile. And here again, he will take the rightmost. He has all the available actions on his tiles, available tiles. So that means he takes the one with the least icons. He takes the one from the right. That means he will take, if I'm correctly with the ship, he will take that one. And then we can move everything to the right and refill. Looking at the action tiles available, I would really like to get the energize action tile here with the possibility to organize, which would cost 1 money. So let's see if I can do that. And the only way I can do a develop action is using that tile here with the question mark, which also gives me a -1 money, so that action tile I want would be for free, and I think I will take that now. So I use that. And I can take that tile now for free because I get that 1 money. And if I would take another one, I would have to pay 2. Let's think for a second, but I don't think I want to do that, even though that would be a nice one. But I only have 4 money, and I think I have other plans for it. Let's think for a moment. Okay, you know what? I think I take that tile for another 2 money. Let's roll for the AI player. We have a 2. So he takes that tile, and we can see he has another contract tile. So I think he will use it as a track because he still have workers. So he wants to place the tile as a track, if possible, that both colors match. So because that one is a white, there are lots of options. So it could be here, or anywhere here, or even over there. So therefore, we need to draw a card, and then we check. He goes from the lowest value to the highest. The values are here, the cities. So we have 21, 20, 20, 19. Let's see, he could go over here, which is 2, 3. So yeah, I guess that's the lowest value. So let's place it over here, and with a meeple, and then we have to fulfill the contract. There wasn't a recharge yet, so he still sticks with the silver, and he takes the one he gets the most victory points, so that would count as a victory point, but that's all. And here he would get 2 victory points. That means he takes that contract, and we refill straight. And for the second action, he gets 3 victory points. Then we can flip that over. I think I'm gonna place a track to extend my network, and for that I will use this tile here, which will give me 2 stars. And let's build a building. And remembering that I have a contract which gives me where I have to have 2 buildings or industrial turbines in the white city to fulfill that. I think I try to build the building then straight in the white city area. Let's place it here. I have a worker left, and I get 2 stars, and then I can build a building. I have 2 money left. I pay the 2 money and take one of the green buildings. And place it here. So I have the first building in the white city. So far so good. And then we can flip that over. I player still have a meeple and money, so we roll the die. He rolls a 2. That means he does that ship action, and he will use the tile next to it. And here we can already see he has that develop symbol only once. That means he will do the develop action. Alright, let's do the ship first. So the Baron, the AI player, he picks the ship area with the least boats. And we have 3 areas with neutral boats, and 1 is empty. So he will place the boat on field number 3. And if I understand the rules correctly, he only pays or has to pay 1 money if we have a boat already on that spot. Because when we place the boat, we have to pay 1 for the placement, and additionally 1 money for each ship which is on that spot. But the AI player only pays 1 money if there's a ship from us already on that spot, which isn't, so that's fine. So that was that action, and then he uses that one, which gives him a development and money. Taking tiles, AI player has the energize twice, all the other actions once in his available actions. So since he takes action tiles based on how many actions of the same type he has available, so here the contract and as well as the industrialize, he only has 1, so he takes them, and he gets 2 if possible. Develop, he also has only 1, so I guess he will take that one too, and then we can refill that. There we go. We place them on the left, and then he gets 1 additional walker for the second action. Our next action, I think I will take the contract tile in order to get another contract and get 2 money. So I can increase that worker tracker by 1, and then we pick a contract which I will place here, so I get 2 money. And contract wise, I will take that silver contract, which I can fulfill if I have 9 action tiles available, and I place it here next to the 2 coins. We refill, and I take 2 money. We roll the die. Oh, a 2. Okay, we can see he has that 2 times, and he has the industrialization 2 times. So he will use that as a track tie, and he has a worker. Looking at the map, we can see there's only one available spot where he can place the track with matching two colors. So we place it over there. And we will follow the action preference. So he will start with industrialization and then with a contract. For industrialization, we need to draw a card, and then we can see he wants to place either a turbine or a nucleum field which he has less of. We know he has already one nucleum field but no turbine, so we'll definitely place a turbine. And then the next most place he wants to put that turbine is preferable into my network, because he wants to block me. And here we have two possible options. So let's draw another card and see. He takes the lowest number first. So we have 11 or 20. So he goes to 11. Actually, we shouldn't have drawn a card because he picks the city with a nucleum. So I would be here anyway, because there's no nucleum. Alright, so he place the turbine over there. And we also need to place it not turbine field, obviously. Alright, and then we can see he has the contract action. So let's have a look at the contract. So since there wasn't a recharge yet, we're still at the silver contracts. Here he would get 1 point, here he gets 3 victory points. So he takes the contract, which is now his second contract. And increase his tracker by 3. And saying he has already one contract, and now he has 2. That means if he has a total of 3, instead of taking another contract, he just gets a taler. And then we should not forget he needs to pay 1 money for the industrialization, so that money goes away. We have 3 action tiles left, and I think I will use that tile here now, where I can do industrialize actions. But I don't have a mini left. Where did that go? Oh wait, I placed one. How can I get a mini back? Can I get a worker? Not that easy. Okay, I need to think about it again. Okay, I think there's no way to get a worker. I still take that tile here, because I have 1 minus of the worker to do industrialization. So I can use it once at least. I can't use the top part, so that's a bit of a waste. But I keep that anyway, so the next round I can use it, so I think that's fine. Alright, so let's take that action tile. And for the 1 worker, which I get from my action tile, I take the mine. And I will place it up here to make sure that I have at least 1 nucleum mine field here. Nucleum field. And again 1 nucleum. Yep. And again, I can't use the other action, unfortunately. So that means that was my action. The I player still has 1 money and 1 worker, so he is still rolling the die. He has a 2. That means he takes that one, and he has the symbol available, both of them, so we will place a track with his last worker. So it looks like he will extend his network. We place it over here, and then he does one energy action and one ship action. So for energizing, he has only one building, which is connected to a power plant with a nucleum, and is also connected to one of his nucleum fields. That means he gets 2 victory points, and he will flip that over. Coal-wise, he doesn't flip the coal because it's already on -3 from the beginning. So yeah, that's all. And for the ship, every field has one neutral ship on the board. He's already on number 3, so we need the tiebreaker. We draw a card and it shows us he goes from the highest to the lowest. That means he will place his boat on number 4. And before we forget, he also have to pay the one money he has left for the energize action we just did. So that means he doesn't have any money left now and any worker, so he will most likely recharge his next turn. And we will use our last action tile. We can urbanize and do the electricity action, energize. Yep. So let's do the building first. If we can manage to place that building in a white city, we could fulfill that contract the next time. That would be great. So in that case, let's have a look on the map. If we place a yellow building here, which would fulfill our contract, and I think we only have that network, so yeah, that's the best bet. Unfortunately, we only have 2 money left, so we can only buy the top row. So let's do that anyway. We take that building and we will place it over here. And for the energize action, let's see, we have we would have a nucleum and the power plant, so we would have 2 power, and we also get 1 coal here, so we have a total of 3. That requires 3, and that requires 3. But that building would give us one of the experiments, and I think that's what we're gonna do. So we energize 3 energy. We have to use the nucleum, which goes to the mine, and we will have to the power plant, and then to the building with 2 energy, and we can use 1 coal, and we get the 3rd energy. So we can flip that building, which gives us 3 of the stars. That's very good because we are close to the recharge as well. And additionally, we can pick 1 of the first 3 experiments. And the first 3 experiments are available would be the top one. So every time we would place a track, we get a star token. Every time we take a contract, we would get a star token. Or we can use once to place or do an industrialized action somewhere which is not in our network, which is good too, but that's a one-time effect. and the top two effects are permanent. And I think maybe we will have more contracts. So let's advance that experiment, and from now on, every time we take a new contract, we also get a star. So the Baron, the GA AI player, doesn't have any money or any worker. That means he does a recharge, and during the recharge he gets 4 money back. He gets a total of 2 workers. No, hold on, 3 workers. We move that tile to the back again. And also his milestone marker needs to be placed. Take one, and then it goes 6 points up from the last milestone marker. So the last one was at 1. We placed that during the initial setup, and the next one goes then to 7. He doesn't claim the nucleum or any points. It's basically only for when we do the king round here down there. At the time when all stars are gone, we get victory points for the highest star. Alright, that was his recharge. And one more thing, the contracts he got so far, we placed them to the side. They don't count to that max of 3 contracts limit anymore. So let's move it over there. For us, we don't have any action tile left. We don't have money. We don't have workers. So that means we do a recharge as well. It's the only option we can do. So in that case, we gain talents. So we get 4 money. 4. We get 2 workers. And we get no victory points. That's unfortunate. But then we can use our star tokens to place our milestone marker on the milestone track. So we have a total of 6. Discard them, and then we take the star here, and we can place it anywhere between 2 and 6 in that case, and I will place it on the 6. And that means we can place that nucleum to a power plant. And we will place that over here. In that case, we get one of the lowest experiments. And this time we pick the top one. So every time we place a track, we get a star. Because we placed a total of 2 milestone tokens to the milestone track. So one of that field is empty now. We have to do that King's Day. So the highest star gets 6 victory points, and the second highest gets 2 victory points. We can see that the AI player is the highest, so he gets 6, and we are second. That means we get 2 victory points. We get 2, and AI gets 6. And finally, we take all our action tiles back, and they are available again. We can roll for the AI player again. He has a 2, and we can see he gets a contract and he gets victory points. That's the only contract symbol he has. So that means we move it to the right and we start with contract and then with the bottom one. And after the recharge now he starts taking the golden contracts, and we can see here he would get 2 plus 2 victory points, and here is a total of 6 plus 2, which is 8. Well, that means he takes that contract. We place that over here, and then we can increase his track by 8. And that will move him up to 27 already. Oh dear. And for the bottom action, he gets 1 more money. And another point on his victory track. I think finally we now do industrialize twice. I won't get the benefit of the nucleum because I replaced 2 turbines, I guess. But yeah, we will have benefits for using and placing turbines. So yeah, we take that time. And we get one of them with 1 worker less to pay. So I definitely take the first one, which I will get for free. And then the second one, here I would get 2 power for every time I do the energize action. And here I just need to double check because I'm not 100% sure. It means I would gain in work every time I do the energize action, which is great too. It's very good. Very, very, very good. I think that's what I do. So let's take the second turbine and I pay my 2 worker. Now I can place 1 over here and 1 over here. And now we have 2 buildings or industrial buildings in a white city area. That means the next time we do an action, we can fulfill the contract we have. That's very good. We can roll the die for the I player again. He plays rolls a 1. That means he takes that first token, and we can see that develop token, he has it once more here. So he will use that to place a track. So let's see what his options are. Looking at the map, we can see he has a total of 3 possible options, I think, because he can complete it over here with both matching colors. He can complete it here, or he can extend his rail over there. So in order to decide, we need to draw a card, and we can see he takes the lowest value. So here it's 9 and 10, 12 and 13, and 2 and 1. So he will definitely place it over here, and he will use 1 of his meeple. He will get 2 money and also develop action. Let's move that down here. So he always tries to take the rightmost, and then again with the action he has only once. And if I have a quick look at his available actions, he has every action only once available at the moment, so he can definitely pick that. And then he would pick the next one, which would be that one. Right? And then we can refill that. Very good. and we place them on the left of his available actions. And he also gets 2 money for the bottom action. And he gets 2 victory points, and we can also flip that track tile. For our turn, we take that action token for develop and to urbanize, so we can place 1 building. So first we take a develop, and I don't want to use money. I don't have much, but I like that tile, which will increase the money track and the worker track every time I use that tile, and I think that's quite good. And then we can, because I don't take any more tiles, we can just refill. Right. And for the industrialize, I think I will pay. I take a yellow building, but the question is, should I pay 4 and take the one for 6 energy, or the one for 4 with 4 energy? Let's check the map and see if I can energize a 6 energy building. And the simple answer is I can't. I don't have enough resources here. I have 1 coal, and I could buy coal, and I even have, thanks to one of the turbines, I get 1 coal for -1 money, but it would still be a lot of money I need to invest for the coal to energize a building with 6. But on the other hand, maybe I can do it sooner or later. What I miss here is a nucleum field. It would be great to get 1 up here. That's a bit harder to get, I think. But you get, thanks to that track, you could get more nucleum. So maybe I will start soon connecting Broken Hill City to my network. So yeah, I still take, I think, the level 6 building or level 3 with 6 energy building to place it here, so I have at least that building on my field. So let's pay 4 money. Take that building and we place it over here. And before I forget and end my turn, we placed action tile. That means we can fulfill a contract, and we can, because we have at least 2 buildings in a white city, and that means I get 1, and it will be my last experiment. And that's a one-time experiment. I can use that at any time during my turn, and I could industrialize in any area which is not in my network, but I still have to obviously pay a worker for it, but it's still good. All right. Yeah, player votes today. He votes a 3. 1, 2, 3. We will do that one, and we can see he urbanize he has. So, but industrialize, it's the only token he have. So he don't use that for a drag. He used that as just for the action. And then looking at the preference action table, which we have here from the I player, he will do urbanize first and industrialize second. So he needs to pay 1 money, and then we draw a card, and we can see he wants to place a green building first. So let's see if he has a field available in his network with a green symbol for a green building. We take the top green building here, and have a look at the map. And there's one city, Newcastle, available, which is in his network with a green building. So we place that building over here. And for the industrialization, we need to draw a card. And here it tells us he places either turbines or nucleum fields depending on what he has leased. But he has one turbine and one of the fields on the board already. So let's take the turbine. And then he wants to place the turbine closest to a power plant with a nucleum possibility. And then in his network, we can see that's not connected yet to his network, but that is. So he will place it over here. And for industrialization, he also has to pay another money. So this time I will use that tile here, where I can use any action I want with benefits of -1 money. And I think I want to use develop to get more action tiles, especially another, maybe a develop action tile, so I can increase that a bit more. I have to benefit from -1 money, that I can take the first 3 for free, any first 3, and I think I will take that one here, which gives me a developable action with minus money and 2 stars, and I think that's quite good. Then we moved it up, and I only take, because I don't have money, I only take 1 action tile. Oh, and looking at that, that looks cool. Maybe we can get that at one stage before the AI player takes it. Wait. The AI Automa will will roll the die. Oop, a 2. That means he takes that one, and we can see he has both actions available. That means he will use it as a track. He also has a worker left, and let's see where he can place the white and the orange one. And I think I found a nice spot, which would be over here. So he could extend his network, or additionally over here, but that wouldn't extend his network. But I think that's fine. So we will draw a card, and he goes from the highest number to the lowest. And here we have 15 and 1, and here 20 and 19. So I think he will place it over there. So there you go. And the marker. And then he will do a contract and urbanize action. He starts with urbanization. We draw a card. Again, he wants to place a queen first. And looking quickly over the map, I don't think there's a queen spot available for him to place. So the next one would be the orange. Let's have a look. Orange. Here's an orange in his neighborhood he can place. And I think that's all he can do. So I take the top orange building and place it over here. And then also we have to take one of his money and pay for it. Next would be, what else? Contract. So let's have a look at the contracts. He goes for the gold contracts, and here he gets 6 victory points, here 4, so it's clearly he takes the one with the 6 victory points. He has only one site at the moment, so there's the second one. So let's put that to the side and give him 6 victory points. And we also refill that contract here. He's already all the way up here by 30 plus 6, he goes to 36 now. And then let's flip that track here. So why not using that tile I just got straight, and I'm not building a track because I don't have a meeple, but I will definitely develop and be happy to take the 2 stars. We place it over here, and then I take 2 of the stars, and we get 1 develop with benefits of 1 money. And there I think I will take here that token, which I get for free because I have a benefits of 1 money, and I can increase the victory point tracker, and if I do a power energize action, I get 1 additional power. So we move that over. There you go. And I place that here. The I player rolls the die. He rolls a 3. That means he makes a ship action, and afterwards that one here has that symbol, develop symbol, multiple times. So that means he does the track. So let's have a look for the ship. He has 1 ship in 4 and 3 already, and 1 and 2 is occupied by the non-player ship. So we draw, and he goes from the highest number to the lowest. That means he places his ship in number 2. 2 is all the way over here, and he only has to pay money if there would be a ship from us. And then we can take that tile and move it to the right. And as we mentioned, he used that tile now for to place a track. We take 1 of his meeple, and it's a queen and multicolor here, so he can go anywhere. Let's see, he could go over here, queen, here or here. So we draw another card. He goes from the lowest level to the highest, lowest number to the highest. So we have 9, 10 here. We have 19, 12, 13, 12, and 2 to 6. So that means I'm quite sure he will place it over there. And use that marker here. And he does a develop. And he will also get 1 worker back. So every action he has available is only once. So he would take every action tile. So let's start with the first one. He takes that one, and then because he gets 2, he takes that token here as well, and then we can move that over and over again. And refill. We place that to the left, and then for the other action he gets 1 worker meeple. And then we flip that track like so. Okay, let's energize 1 of the buildings. We get energizing plus 1 energy, and then we can advance the track by 1. Alright, so we can advance that track here. And then we do an energize action with an additional energy. And what we do here, we have a building with 2 energy, so we get 1 from the action tile, and I have 1 coal here I get for free. We have the connection to the power plant, so we can flip that one over, and here I can advance the meeple track, and I get 2 stars. So let's advance the track and get the 2 stars. We roll the die, 3 again. We see he has that multiple times, so he used it as a track. He still have a meeple, so he can do that. So let's look for his options. So the only possible free track is down here, where he can use both of his both of his colored actions. So let's place it up here and then do the develop first. And then we go from the right again. Contract, he has only one contract, so he takes that one. And that's a pity because that's a nice tie. And then energize, he has multiple energize, but he doesn't have to develop only once, so he takes that one too. And then we can refill. Oh, there's another nice contract tie. And one more. All right. Okay. And for the 1 star here, he gets 1 victory point. We can flip it over like that. So we don't have money or worker meeples, so I think that makes no sense. That's a nice tie we can play, but also I would like to take a contract, and that way we could get a meeple. So let's use that tile here. Place it up here. We can increase the track, and then we get 1 contract. And I will take that one, because the next time I play an action card, I can already fulfill that, because we have 2 turbines placed on the map. So let's take that, we refill. Oop. And I will place it next to my worker, but seeing that now, that would be nice too. But I place it next to my worker because I don't have a worker. Get the worker. The high player has money left, but no worker. So let's roll the die. He rolls a 2. And now he gets a worker back. Contract. He has 2 contract cards, tokens, but he doesn't have a worker, so he can't use the track. So he will use the contract. So we move that to the side. And he can pick a contract now. And the most valued contract is the top one, 2 victory points and another 2 victory points. That's his third. So the next time he will only get victory points for that, or money. I have to double check. But anyway, he gets 4 victory points now. And before we forget, we also refill that contract. Very good. 4 victory points from 37 to 41. And he also gets 1 worker for that action down here. Lucky him. So with our worker now, I think I will use that action tile here and use it as a track. And yeah, and then we can increase the money and the worker track. And I will place it over here with a worker. So I created a new network because I'm not connected, which I can do with placing the track. But I can use the rails, so I can use the rails to get my nucleum down to the power plant. And now I have the possibility to add nucleum fields, which the AI player can't because he doesn't have a connection to that city. So very good. I hope I turn it around. And then let's not forget to advance the tracker for the money and for the worker. So I advance the money and the worker each by 2. Like that. Yeah, I rolls the die. Oh, he rolls a 3 and destroys everything. 3 means he does energize. He has a lot of energizing, and he has a meeple. So he builds another track. And yeah, purple to whatever color. So let's see where he can place that. And the best possible would be over here. And that's what he's gonna do. And then he gets 2 energized actions. So looking at the map, we can see he has 2 buildings and a neutral building here over here. And they are connected to a power plant and also connected to coal. So let's do the first one. He pays 1 money. And then he can energize the first one. He uses 3 coal. So we have to flip that. I mean, so no, he uses coals depending on the level. So it's level 1. He uses 1 coal. We flip only 1. And then he does the second building as well. So he has to pay another money. And we can flip that. And it was also a level 1 building. So we flip another one. And then he would get victory points if he has turbines or nucleum fields in the network, but he doesn't, so he doesn't get victory points for that. So I have only 1 action tile left and the ship, but I don't have money for the ship anyway, so I can't do anything here. But I noticed what I forgot when I got the last time the contract, and when I placed the track, I should have gotten a star each because of my experiments. Here are the experiments, so I should have gotten the 2. I quickly take them and put it to my pool. So during my turn, I would do a recharge, and I think that's a good moment to stop that video here and start part 2 with the recharge, and then we can plan our new steps. Again, I thank you for watching. I know that, well, I'm sure I did some mistakes with the rules here and there, but that's not meant here to do a teach video or have the rules correct. I just want to have fun with you guys, and I think that what we have. So appreciate that you had your time and watched the video, and I will do a second part to move on then with the game. Yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I hope you will watch the second part as well. Please give me a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Alright, thank you very much. Bye.